This winter in Michigan might not just be cold, it could be brutal, and the Farmers Almanac says Metro Detroit could be in for something very different this year. Hi, I'm Brett Knybel with the Knybel Real Estate Network. As always, I leave my contact information in the description below. Today, we're diving into what the Farmers Almanac predicts for the winter of 2025 and 2026 right here in Michigan, specifically here in the Lower Peninsula and Metro Detroit. Stick around because later in this video, I'll show you how this winter's predictions could affect home sales, buying timelines, and even how you should be preparing your home this fall if you plan to sell in 2026. Let's go. Part 1, guys, what the Farmers Almanac is predicting. The Farmers Almanac has been making weather predictions since 1818 using a mix of mathematical formulas, solar patterns, and climatology. For winter of 2025 and 2026, the Almanac is calling for cold temperatures across the Great Lakes, above average snowfall potential for southern Michigan, including all of Metro Detroit, a pattern of snowy, wet systems fueled by this year's unusually unstable climate. And while no forecast is 100% perfect, the Almanac has a reputation for being surprisingly accurate in capturing overall trends. Part 2, guys, why this winter may be different. 2025 has been a year of extremes. We have had unusually heavy rainfall in parts of southeastern Michigan, flooding in some Metro Detroit neighborhoods, and while temperature swings that have stressed the crops, lawns, and even foundations are going to also show up here in the winter. And when you add those climate patterns into the mix, meteorologists say this unstable year could translate into a heavier, wetter snowfall this winter, and that means more plowing, higher heating bills, more stress on roofs, gutters, and driveways. For homeowners, that makes winter prep work a little bit more important than ever. Part 3, guys, how cold winters affects the housing market. Let's be honest, when it's icy outside, the housing market slows down. Just does. Historically, home sales in Michigan dip during December, January, and into February. But why? Well, buyers, they just don't want to move during snowstorms. And sellers, they don't want to be shoveling snow for every single showing. And also, homes, they just don't show their best when the landscaping is completely frozen solid. But here's the hidden upside. Serious buyers do stay active at this time. If you're buying in the dead of winter, chances are you're really motivated. And sellers may face less competition, and deals can often happen much faster. Part 4, guys, why the winter could slow sales even more. If the Almanac is correct and Metro Detroit faces an extra harsh winter, sales could slow even more than usual. And that means fewer homes are going to be on the market, fewer showings, buyer and sellers both holding off until spring. And that's going to be the talk of this year, holding off till spring. This can create a pent-up demand explosion once the warmer weather actually hits in March and April. So while winter might feel dead, the spring of 2026 could really roar back to life. Part 5, guys, home prep tips for a harsh winter. If you're a homeowner, here's what to do right now. Check your roof and gutters. Heavy snow can cause leaks or collapses of your roof. Seal your windows and doors. Cold drafts can spike your heating bills. Service your furnace now. Don't wait until it fails in January. Stock up on salt and snow gear. The last-minute rush always empties the shelves at all the stores. And if you haven't already, watch my other video on how to prepare your Michigan home for winter. It's packed with tips that could save you thousands in repairs. Part 6, guys, fall prep if you're selling in the spring of 2026. Now, here's the part most people overlook. If you're planning to sell in the spring of 2026, you should start your prep work now in the fall of 2025. And here's why. Your landscaping and curb appeal look best in late summer and early fall. Once the snow hits, buyers won't see the green yard, the blooming shrubs, or your patio space. Winter photos make homes look less inviting, snow hides details, and makes everything just feel much colder. Pro tip, if you have your exterior photos taken now in the fall, even if you're not ready to list until March or April, those sunny, colorful shots will make your home stand out so much more in spring. Because let's be real, a picture of a driveway buried in ice just doesn't scream home sweet home. Part 7, guys, why buyers and sellers should pay attention. Here's the big takeaway. Buyers in the winter of 2025 and 2026, it might give you less competition but harder conditions. If you're serious, this could be your chance. And sellers, use the downtime to prep, repair, and plan your listing strategy. Spring could hit harder than ever, especially if rates drop and taxes stay high. And if you're in Macomb or St. Clair County, this advice matters even more than usual. These areas historically see some of the biggest slowdowns in the cold winters, but also the biggest spring rebounds. Finally, guys, my closing thoughts. So, what does a Farmer's Almanac really mean for us in Michigan this winter? Expect cold, stormy, and snowy weather. Prepare for a slower housing market during the freeze, and use the fall of 2025 wisely if you're selling in 2026, especially when it comes to photos and your curb appeal. The bottom line, Michigan winters are tough, but smart homeowners, buyers, and sellers know how to play the cycle. Don't just brace for the snow, get ahead of it. I'm Brett Knybel with the Knybel Real Estate Network. My contact info is below if you're ready to plan your move even before the snow flies. And don't forget to check out my video on how to prepare your home for winter, because this year you'll want every single advantage you can get. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.